Hello everyone, I'm back. Today I want to talk about a game that I've spent quite a bit of time playing recently, and that is Pokémon Champion, a mobile game currently available on the X7 game platform. I'm going to share in detail what I think about it after actually sitting down and playing it. Before getting into the game itself, I want to quickly talk about the platform I'm using to play it, which is X7 Game. This is a mobile gaming platform that has been operating for around 9 years, and the biggest difference compared to downloading games directly from an app store is that X7 Game focuses heavily on player benefits, specifically top-up discounts, gift packs, and daily gift codes. You can find Pokémon Champion directly in the app, with exclusive gift packs available for this game, and if there are any active gift codes, they will be displayed in the app as well. I'll talk more about that part near the end of the video, but for now, I want to focus on the game because that's what most people are interested in. Pokémon Champion on X7 Game is a gacha-style mobile game built around an open server structure, meaning the game continuously opens new servers on a fixed schedule. And each server is a separate environment where new players start from scratch. I know quite a few people immediately react when they hear the term open server because it is often associated with Asian mobile games where progression is very fast, competition is intense during the early server phase, and there is usually some spending pressure involved. I won't avoid that topic, but I will analyze whether this game offers enough value to make it worth trying despite that framework. The first thing I want to mention is the game's visuals. When I launched Pokémon Champion for the first time, my initial impression was that it has a fairly attractive anime-inspired presentation with bright colors. The Pokémon characters are re-rendered in a mobile-friendly style with clear outlines, and the battle animations look quite smooth on a phone screen. It's not the kind of graphics that make me say wow in a AAA sense, but for a mobile game, it does its job well, creating a Pokémon atmosphere that feels familiar and encourages you to keep exploring. As for the core gameplay loop, this is a gacha game, so collecting Pokémon is the central focus. You'll use various in-game currencies to pull and gradually expand your roster. One interesting feature is Safari Zone, a familiar concept for anyone who has played the mainline Pokémon games, but here it has been redesigned with its own mobile-oriented mechanics. There is also Pokémon Challenge and Cross-Server Commercial Street. These two modes felt quite different from what I originally expected. Cross-Server Commercial Street is essentially a system that allows trading and interaction between different servers, while Pokémon Challenge is where you take your team into dungeon or stage-based challenges with increasing difficulty. The area where I spent the most time is the battle system. When building a team in Pokémon Champion, you need to think about type coverage, synergy between Pokémon, and how to distribute roles within your lineup. Who will be the damage dealer, who will be the support, and who will be the tank. Anyone who has played any Pokémon game before will find a familiar foundation here, but this game adds another layer of complexity through the progression systems tied to each Pokémon in your roster, such as upgrading stats, unlocking new skills, and increasing star rank. This creates a certain level of depth because simply pulling a Pokémon is not enough. You need to invest resources to truly unlock its full potential. When it comes to the gacha system, I'll be completely honest. This is an open server mobile gacha game, and like any game in this category, the speed at which you build a powerful team will depend partly on how much you're willing to spend. However, after playing for several days, one thing I noticed is that the game offers fairly generous daily rewards and login bonuses during the early stages of a new server to help retain new players. If you join right when a new server launches, you'll receive a decent amount of resources to start summoning without having to spend money immediately. This is an important point because many open server games in the same category tend to push spending very aggressively from day one, whereas Pokémon Champion at least provides a more comfortable honeymoon period for free-to-play players. Another aspect I want to mention is the competitive environment between servers. Since the game continuously launches new servers on a fixed schedule, I even noticed a new server 10 today announcement inside the app. There is always a wave of new players joining at the same time and starting from the exact same point. This is a very common model in the Asian mobile gaming market, and it creates an intense sense of competition during the first week of each server as players race to progress faster than everyone else. If you enjoy the feeling of an underdog story, climbing the rankings through smart strategy and efficient resource management, then this is exactly the type of game for you. On the other hand, if you're looking for a more relaxed experience without pressure, the early server phase may feel a little overwhelming. As for content, there is actually quite a lot to do every day. In addition to modes like Safari Zone, Pokémon Challenge, and cross-server Commercial Street, there are also daily quests and time-limited events that provide additional resources. I consider this a positive because it helps ensure players don't run out of things to do after the first few days, a problem that many mobile games in the same tier are heavily criticized for. Going back to X7 Game, which I mentioned earlier, the reason I recommend playing Pokémon Champion through X7 Game rather than other methods is the top-up discounts and exclusive gift packs. Inside the X7 Game app, you'll find gift packs specifically for this game. And if there are active gift codes available, they are displayed directly in the app so you can redeem them immediately. It's also worth mentioning that X7 Game gift codes often have expiration dates and limited quantities. So if you open the app and don't see any available codes, it's likely because they have already expired rather than the app not offering them. The simplest approach is to check the app daily so you don't miss newly released codes. I've been doing that consistently and have already received quite a few resources from it. Looking at the overall package, Pokémon Champion on X7 Game is a mobile gacha game with enough depth to keep you engaged long-term if you enjoy team building and competing on server rankings. The visuals are solid, the battle system has meaningful depth through type synergy and role distribution. Side modes such as Safari Zone and cross-server Commercial Street add variety, and the early server daily rewards are fairly generous for free-to-play players. The main downside is that the open server model won't appeal to everyone, especially if you dislike competitive pressure and the spending dynamics that often come with it. However, if you've ever enjoyed any Pokémon-style game and want to try a mobile experience that adds gacha progression and server competition to the formula, then Pokémon Champion is definitely worth spending a few days with, especially when you can take advantage of X7 Game's gift packs and top-up discounts to significantly reduce costs if you decide to invest more deeply into the game. I'll continue following this game and may create more videos focusing on specific modes or team building guides if there's enough interest. If you're already playing or have tried it yourself, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video.